Hello all, I'm doing this video for multiple parallel reasons, or maybe not so parallel. So the first one is to get over the fact that, guys, it's terrifying talking to the camera, especially when things are unscripted, okay? So this is an unscripted video. This is me and my thoughts working through a problem that I find really interesting, okay? And in case you are wondering, I have the same terror whenever I enter. I mean, I don't enter classrooms anymore, sadly. But whenever I had to teach, anytime I tried to go and teach without notes in front of me or some sort of a cue about what I am supposed to talk about, I always froze and I felt humiliated at the end. Not because the students were horrible to me, but because I was disappointed with myself. Okay. So it's really hard to have a trail of thought without notes. Okay. The second reason is a claim I heard in a YouTube video with which I disagree completely. I decided, okay. It was disturbing when I was following the video, watching the video, and in the beginning, I mean, this was a few days ago, and for a few days, I was with the creator on his opinion on AI. So I was leaning towards agreeing with him, and he was trying to present AI as this terrifying thing that's going to render us obsolete because we're going to offload our mental capacities to an AI model and stuff like that, and that we have to use our brains, blah blah blah, etc. And then I decided that I totally disagree because AI allowed me, just a peasant, a common idiot, to go and do things like design, art, Blender, okay? And Blender is a 3D modeling software, okay? And many other things like it allowed me to do these things because I was interested in these things, okay? And okay, I tried to learn how to design. I tried to learn web development before AI, and I actually created my first two web applications that are actually published. I mean, peer reviewed, okay? And I published those before ChatGPT, okay? So I had to wrestle through the code and how to design apps and stuff like that. But my point here is that there is another angle to this AI business, which is related to the fact that it will allow people who, maybe there is some person now somewhere in a poor country. I'm not going to name countries or people or anything. So his or her circumstances did not allow them to learn anything about astrophysics, okay? So they are poor, there are no schools, there are no computers, etc. However, they are interested in astrophysics, okay? Okay, I mean, I made a weird claim there. I mean, okay, you need computers to use AI, okay? So I'm sorry. But you get my point. Like, this person has the option, at least, to go open an AI chatbot and ask, okay, I am interested in astrophysics. What is there to learn? And the chatbot is going to start telling him or her things like, okay, the Earth goes around the sun at 1 astronomical unit, which is, what is it, 7 minutes, 7 light minutes? Okay, because the light takes 7 minutes to come from the sun, etc. And then from there, they might get motivated to actually look into books if they are able to find books, okay? So my point is that anybody can learn anything that interests them through AI assistance, okay? I'm also against the offloading your brain to an AI, okay? But anyway, so that's the third reason for the video. And the fourth reason, which is actually the main video, okay, is I heard via another video from another creator that Blender has a collaboration with Claude now, and you can have Claude Desktop doing things on Blender, okay? So this is what we will do now, okay? So this is where the video starts, actually. So I'm sorry for the long introduction. So let's ask Claude. Actually, let's be coggy and actually turn on the microphone and speak to Claude. Okay, hi Claude, are you listening? Okay, it's listening. So I've heard in a YouTube video that I can connect Claude Desktop to Blender, okay, the 3D software. And I'm really fond of 3D modeling, and especially and especially using those 3D models in games and scenes and graphics, whatever. Okay, so your task today is to help me launch Claude Desktop, connect it to Blender, okay, and then have Claude Desktop create a simple metallic sphere for us, okay. So please give me instructions on how to do that. Okay. Oh, and there is a fifth reason. I think I mentioned four so far. The fifth reason is that this is going to get really old really fast. I mean, I'm pretty sure at some point there will be AI models that you wouldn't even have to use a computer. Maybe there will be microphones and you will be carrying them around, talking to an AI, and it will be doing things for you. I mean, this is almost available now. Okay. So I'm trying to say I think this is kind of new, or maybe it's not. But anyway, okay, so Claude is thinking. So I hope my point got across. Do you already have Blender installed on your Mac? Yes. Do you already have Claude Desktop? Yes. Okay. The reason it's asking me questions is that I said there was a setting in which I told Claude not to give me answers if it's not absolutely sure and if it doesn't double check what's going on. Okay, so add the Blender connector in Claude Desktop. Open Claude Desktop and go to Customize Connectors, search for Blender and select Add. This registers the connector on the Claude side, but it won't do anything until Blender has the matching add-on installed. Okay, so let's go to Customize Connectors. Okay, where is Customize? It's probably up here. Maybe Settings, Connectors. Okay, and then it says Add, right? Browse Connections. Cool. By the way, you see that you can do this with many things: Gmail, Google Drive, Slack. Many options. Okay, and they are sorted with the most popular. What is saturation? The financial operating system for production teams. I don't know what that is. If you know, guys, let me know. I recognize Figma, Slack. There are many things. Okay, let's search for Blender. Okay, Blender. Okay, and we have to just press plus, I guess. Natural language interface with the Python API and documentation. Okay, say let's do install. Do you want to install Blender? Wait, okay, maybe let's open Blender so it finds it, maybe. Okay, so that's Blender launching, so let's do install. The desktop extension will be installed on your computer. In order to install this extension, we need to fetch a few dependencies. Okay, let's do install and see what happens. Okay, so that was the first step, I guess. And then it says, this registers the connector on the Claude side, but it won't do anything yet until Blender has the matching add-on installed. Okay, so install the add-on inside Blender. With Blender open, go to blender.org lab MCP server in your browser. Okay, let's do that. Installation Blender 5.1 or newer. I have that add-on LLM client MCP server add-on. In order to interact with your Blender session, you need to install a specific add-on for the MCP server integration. Drag and drop into Blender. Okay, let's do that. Okay, there. Allow online access. Okay, that's my computer. I'm not sure this is working, guys. Okay, it says installed MCP. Okay, great. It took some time. I'm sorry about that. But in the end, it worked. Okay, let's go back to the instructions. Start connection from inside Blender. Open your Blender project on a new file in the 3D viewport. Press N to open the sidebar. You will see a new Blender MCP tab. Open it and click Connect to Claude. Okay. In the 3D viewport, press N. Okay, let's press N. Hey Claude, I'm asking the Claude Desktop now. Okay, do you have access to my Blender? And if you do, what do you see? Claude wants to use get objects. Okay, always allow. Claude wants to use get window screenshot. Always allow. Okay, so it works actually. Yes, I have access right now. Your Blender scene is basically the default startup file, scene, active workspace, layout, object, the camera, the default cube, nothing else. Okay, the screenshot will call eroded out on my end, but the object data confirms it's just a stock default scene. Run this in the background with cowork. No, not for now. So okay, okay, if you do have access, okay, you see, guys, sometimes you have to improvise with AI, which brings me back to my point that you still need a brain, okay? So the instructions here sort of try to guide us, I think, unless I am an idiot. If I am an idiot, let me know in the comments, okay? So open the Blender MCP server, blah, blah, blah. So it kind of claims that there is a way to confirm it's in these MCPs enabled, but it's the other way around. Actually, Claude Desktop has access to it, it seems, okay? And this is how to do it, okay? So you first connect it via Claude, then you install that add-on, and then you go back to Claude Desktop, and you ask it to do something. Okay, if you do have access, please create a nice metallic sphere with reflections and a nice blue sky with white clouds. Okay, make this a scene. Okay, so I'm gonna explain in another video what all this means, but okay, let's press enter and see what's gonna happen. If I were an architect these days, I would just call it a day and go become a farmer, probably. But the same applies to me. I mean, there is no life after AI for physicists. I believe eventual education will be done automatically via some really well-made AI model. Not model, I mean, the models are not the important thing here. I think models are going to be like electricity. You know, everybody has electricity. There is nothing special if you have 120 volts or 240 volts or DC current. No, it's actually important that you have AC current. But you get my point, right? It's going to become a commodity, okay? Claude wants to use execute Python code from Blender. Okay, allow. What is it doing? Let's go to Blender. Wow, it's actually doing things. Okay, so it works. Wow, this is so crazy. So anyway, I was saying, okay, we're here. Claude wants to use get Python API docs from Blender. Okay, allow. I was saying that the future is in actually using these AI models. So Claude wants to use render viewport to path from Blender. Okay, always allow. Wow, it actually created it. It's not good. Render a preview to see how it looks. It looks horrible, but it improves it live. Okay, so this is screenshot. I think I haven't used Blender in a long time, but this is screenshot of the actual 3D scene that gets created in here live. I mean, you can see it doing things. Okay, so I was saying get a React key, always allow. So I was saying it's gonna become a commodity, just like I don't know. I remember in the 90s when the first mobile phones appeared, it was a big deal. Like Motorola was making models, and Nokia came around and made smaller models, etc. But the main point was that the mobile phone was a thing, and the network that connected these mobiles and allowed for phone calls was a thing. Okay, and everybody eventually had a mobile phone that didn't cost £1,000. This is what it cost back in the day. Okay, and it became cheaper and a commodity for everybody. I mean, it was crazy to have a mobile phone at some point. So it's going to be the same, I think, with AI models. It's going to become a commodity. Okay. The scene is built. Here is what's in it now: metallic sphere, a UV sphere with a subsurf modifier for smoothness, and a chrome metal material, ground, and dark plane, world, sun, camera, etc. Okay, so let's go see. I haven't used it in a long time, but I think this allows you to see the sphere. So it actually created it, guys, exactly as we asked, with an environment. Okay, so you see it. I'm shocked. Again, if I were an architect right now, I would be making a few calls to all clients and ask if they have plots of land that I can use for farming. Okay, but I don't know. I don't know if farming is gonna be a thing. I mean, if it's not gonna get automated too at some point. Okay, I'm not claiming that I'm an architect just because I made this stupid 3D sphere, but I'm just a nobody, guys. Okay, and I created this sphere. So to wrap up this video, which is a response to no one I'm gonna name in the video. Okay, up to a few years ago. Okay, I have some exposure to 3D modeling, and I've done some work with graphics, and I actually created web apps with graphics before ChatGPT. Okay, actually, this is Claude. I'm sorry, nobody's sponsoring me. Not Blender, not Claude, not ChatGPT. Nobody. Okay, if you guys want to sponsor me, I will be more than glad to receive said sponsorships and advertise you. Probably, I don't know. We'll see. But okay, I had some exposure, but this would have taken me days to make. Up to 4 years ago, it will take me a few days to wrap my mind around things, etc. I'm not claiming that I have a specialty in it. Okay, for example, there is a problem here. This light, whatever, can move so that it reflects perpendicularly on the sphere. And there are many other things that can get improved. But my main point is that it allowed me to play with this thing, okay? And if you know nothing about Blender, you can have Claude create this for you, and then maybe you will get into curiosity of figuring out, oh, what is that? And you click it and you see that it's a metallic sphere element that appears right there on the right hand window, and then you can click it and see it's a sphere and modifiers, and then you can come to an understanding about how things work, and you can start playing and develop a completely new knowledge out of thin air, okay, just because AI models exist. Okay, so I think the people who are so militant against AI are the same people who would be militant in the medieval times when, come on, the press, guys. Oh God, who created the press? Jesus, can't believe this. Who created God? Jesus Christ. Okay, I didn't know. Okay, who created the press? Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Gutenberg. Okay, I swear I know it. It's just that, I mean, this is unscripted, so I'm a little bit nervous, so I forgot. But it's like those who are militant against AI would have been militant against the press, because they would say that it takes the power from the monks who copy the Bible by hand away, and it's gonna give every idiot access to the Bible, to Aristotle, to Plato, whatever. Okay, it's the same people. So this is where I stand with AI. I wrestled with this for a long time, but I think I'm sure now. I might change my mind again in the future, because I don't promise. But I think it allows idiots like me, civilians, to gain access to tools that, it's terrifying, guys. I mean, let's say, okay, for example, I have an interest in learning a little bit about engineering electromagnetics at some point. Engineering electromagnetics studies how radio waves mostly propagate in space, and how to make devices that interact with electromagnetic radiation. Stealth airplanes, for example, use electromagnetics very much, etc. Okay, so without AI, I can still do it. I can go and spend days installing software, reading, etc. But AI is gonna give you a head start, and it's gonna help you develop an understanding of it faster. Okay, now, okay, I'm still not sure about what's gonna happen to jobs. Okay, because it's the big thing right now. But again, it gives you access to things fast, so that's a good thing. Okay, knowledge is a good thing as far as you do the work, of course. Okay, I mean, if you're satisfied just feeding Claude with instructions on how to make a 3D scene, and you don't make it even a small effort in figuring it out yourself, understanding what's going on, or asking it, you can ask it, how did you do this, and then it will tell you, and then you can try it on your own, etc. So yeah, this is where I stand. And this is a thing that I think is cool that you can try if you have Claude. Okay. Another thing I tried recently is Comfy UI. Maybe I'm gonna make a video soon. That's a different story though. So I'm gonna stop the video here, and I hope you enjoy it. It's candid, unscripted. This is me and my thoughts on regular mode, without without the script. Okay, I hope it's coherent and it's fun. And yeah, okay, see you in the next video, guys. Please like, subscribe, help me grow this channel. It started being fun, but it's still not where I want it to be. Okay, so